Well, cool. Well, then let's move to the group that I entirely added here for completely selfish reasons, although I legitimately do think this is awesome, which is Libram Paladin. This was what I spent the most time with at the summit that wasn't Demon Hunter or Battlegrounds, because I saw these Librams and I was just like, oh, that's interesting. And then I saw that they could be discounted, and I was like permanently discounted, and I was just like, yes.
I was actually sitting next to you and you were talking to a dev, I don't remember who, and I heard this thing happen live. You were like, oh my God, it could be discounted. You had such a powerful reaction to it. It was really,
I love Paladin so much, and this is so cool. This is
it
so
really is cool.
Freaking cool. So let's start with, we've got a lot of reading incoming because I want to mention all the Librams for audio listeners. Libram of Justice is 6 mana, equip a 1/4 weapon, change the health of all enemy minions to 1. Libram of Wisdom is 2 mana, give a minion +1/+1 and death rattle, add a Libram of Wisdom to spell to your hand. So it's the Libram that just keeps on Libraming.
It's like Valinir. Explorer's hat. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Except it's like the hat of the light is what it should have been called.
It's just a book on your head. Like,
yes.
I love it.
Freaking Libram of Justice. It's a book on the end of, it's a book mace.
Oh,
that's the art for Libram of Justice.
It's so good too. If you look at the token art, it's so good.
Yeah.
If you click on the token art for viewers, it's so good. Yeah. Like, it's actually a hammer with a book at the end instead of a hammer.
It's fantastic. So and then Libram of Hope, 9 mana, restore 8 health, summon an 8/8 Guardian with Taunt and Divine Shield. And you might be thinking to yourself, some of those seemed a little expensive. Let me point you to our friend Aldor Attendant, 2 mana, 2/3, Battle Cry, reduce the cost of your Librams by 1 this game. So permanent, like, aura, basically, discount on Librams, and this counts for the Libram of Wisdoms that get added to your hand from Libram of Wisdom's Death Rattle.
Yeah, it's not like a deck buff or anything. It's just like straight up, you have this thing now.
Yeah, and Aldor Attendant is a common, so you can have 2 of them in your deck, which means if you play both, Libram and Wisdoms are now just 0 mana for the rest of the game. If you can keep, finding ways to kill your minions and generate them. And if you can't find ways to kill your minions, you're probably doing okay. Or you're playing against Regis's
then you just have a whole bunch of live minions, so...
Yeah, it's I'm very excited about all of this. There's also Aldor Truthseeker at 5 mana. It's a 4/6 with Taunt and Battle Cry. Reduce the cost of your Librams by 2 this game. And then capping all of this off is Lady Liadrin is coming in as a legendary minion that we can play for Paladin as a 7 mana 4/6 with a Battle Cry that reads, add a copy of each spell you cast on friendly characters this game to your hand.
And she looks badass.
Well, it's Lady Liadrin.
I know. I'm just stoked.
This is how she looks rolling out of bed. This is just standard Lady Liadrin. She just always
with the shield and everything. She just sleeps on the shield, ready to.
Listen, they don't have guns to put under their pillows, right? Unless they're dwarves. So you gotta sleep with your sword and your shield under your pillow.
Makes sense.
But this card, the fact that it was like, if you cast it on friendly, like it's nutty, the things that could happen. Now, granted, my limited experience playing this was a very small pool. Everyone else was just like slamming Demon Hunter games. And I was just like, I'm going to play some Libram Paladin. It went very well. I'm very excited about the spell generation through Lady Liadrin and through just the extreme affordability of Librams. If you get these discount minions out in play. Do you have a reality check for me, Regis?
No, I think it's really cool. I mean, the flavor is just outstanding. It feels so Paladin. I can see why you love it so much. Really, really good there. I think it's really intriguing. It's not enough to build the deck on by itself, right? There's only, 6-7 cards or something here total. But I think like pure Paladin supports this really well already. The all Paladin deck, basically. We have a nice package there. You can kind of fuse in with this. It's got some good tempo plays. I think both Aldor Truthseeker and Aldor Attendant, the setup discount cards for Librams, are pretty good on curve plays. They're not like great, but
yeah,
the
Truthseeker really stuck out to me because I was like, a 4/6, just that 6 health on turn 5. It has taunt. It's got a lot of attack too, which means, anything that's been played earlier in the game that runs into it's probably going to die, and it might have to be a 2-for-1. So, I mean, just a 4/6 for 5 isn't terrible because of the taunt factor. And then you get the Libram discount for the rest of the game. Like, that's pretty good.
I could have easily seen that being like a 2/2 and a 4/4 or something, just like not getting there. But it feels like Blizzard made a concerted effort, at least to my eye, to like, okay, let's make sure these are playable. You don't feel guilty or bad playing these on curve, which that makes all the difference for me. I think if these felt like bad on curve plays, this wouldn't get there. Like, you'd sacrifice too much tempo and you'd be getting all this pass back value way later in a game. But the fact that you can do this, and often your Libram of Wisdoms are going to be able to be played just for free on command, like really early in this deck, I think, very often. So like it's a 4/6, but maybe it's actually a 5/7 too, right? Because you're just dumping a Libram of Wisdom for 0 on it that's already in your hand, which helps kind of catch up as well from a stat standpoint and keep you on board. So I think it's really cool. I'm very, very excited to play this. I think with a pure Paladin package, it makes a lot of sense. And I built one today. It felt like I got a good deck list. I didn't really make very many compromises at all. Maybe 3 or 4 cards didn't feel perfect, but 26 cards were great and felt like a tight deck. So I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the.
Sorry, Garrett.
I was gonna say I'm really excited about the interplay between Libram of Justice and Libram of Hope. Like, I like the idea of making a 1-attack weapon exciting, and because Libram of Justice has an equality effect baked in, suddenly you're interested in it. Yes, it's a lot of mana, but that's when you probably want to be dealing with bigger threats on the board. But you're also going to take a lot of face damage because you're trading in, because it's not doing jack to the attack. But you can restore 8 health and put a taunt with Divine Shield in the way because of Libram of Hope. Like, that's another like this control tool that just makes my Paladin fantasies, my realistic Paladin fantasies of like maybe actually winning some ladder games while enjoying the theme of my deck, just kind of run away.
Yeah, it's great. We didn't even mention Hand of Vidal, by the way, another spell that's not a Libram but is a targeted buff, which does synergize with Lady Leandrin as well. So a little bonus card here. And sorry, Joss, I think I cut you off there.
That's okay, not a problem. I was just gonna say on like Garrett's kind of thoughts about being like feeling good about playing Paladin again. I feel like for a while you've kind of had if you like the longer games, you're looking at like a Holy Wrath style, and that's obviously going to go away because we're losing Shivala. But then if you're, the other option has kind of been mechs or murlocs for a while, and that like hyper aggressive, there hasn't really been an in between. And this kind of feels like you're doing some tempo stuff, you're doing some mid-range stuff, but you're still got those little bits of control pieces. Like, this feels like a well-paced Paladin deck, not one of the 2 extremes that we've kind of been playing in for a while.
I think that's right. Also, I have to say, from a flavor standpoint, Murlocs and mechs didn't really feel like Paladin-esque to me. They're not like holy or anything, like this really big, iconic holy style of characters. I mean, mechs had like Divine Shields, which kind of got halfway there, but this feels like so core to Paladin. Yeah, this is the Paladin story. So that's going to be a nice change of pace too that I hope works. Really cool.
Listen, the Murlocs, those Murlocs have given themselves over to the light. Who are you to tell them that their faith doesn't matter? Jeez, Regis, come on. No. By the way, Paladin getting some rad Murlocs this expansion too. Yeah. So
that is true. Yeah, they haven't abandoned the Murloc in Paladin for sure.
Yeah, and the Prime card has a really cool storyline. If you look up the flavor text, like it kind of explains why they're in Outland and stuff. Like, really neat attention to detail there. So
I love this little guy
in the flavor text.
Murlocs are not.
Sorry, go ahead.
Read it. Murlocs are not native to Outland. When the Sun Gills arrived, one of them rose to the challenge of this dark world. They called him Murgurgle. Murgurgle.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, crying out loud. Yeah. We'll talk about Murlocs at some point in the future, but I'm very, very excited for Libram Paladin.